So when she told me about it, I was like, well, I don't know what Kambo is. Like, what the hell is this stuff? And she told me you're going to sit for 40 minutes and you're going to vomit in a bucket. And I was like,
what?
I was like, I'm not doing that.
Why?
And like, it's weird and really bizarre. And it came to a point where I went down this downward spiral where I wanted to kill myself, and I had a panic attack, and I was in a catatonic state. And I was like, fuck it. Can I say the F word here?
Oh, you can say it.
Okay. I was like, fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Kambo, you know?
Exactly.
So she brought me to this gentleman who served me the medicine, and it started to reverse all my symptoms.
Really?
And so to understand what this medicine is, it comes from the Amazon. These tribes, particular the Matsis tribe from Peru, they take the secretion from this monkey tree frog and they put it on your skin. And then through that 40 minutes, these peptides go into your system and they recalibrate your entire system. There are about 13 different peptides in the secretion of the frog, and 3 of them are neurological. They started to reset my nervous system and take away the brain fog. And the peptides are, if you don't know what a peptide is, it's just like amino acid chains that go into your system. And what they'll do is they'll go into the cell, take out any bad bacteria, they replace them with the peptides, and it runs through your system within that 40 minutes. And what happens is you're vomiting out these toxins out of your body, and the toxins are not from the medicine, it's actually from your own body that it's releasing, and it'll go into any imbalance that you're carrying in your system and brings it back to harmony and balance. And as you're working through this process, I would vomit out like blue vomit, red vomit, green vomit, stuff that was sitting in my body. And
really,
after doing it about 8 to 10 sessions, I actually was able to reverse my concussion symptoms.
Wow.
And then I realized, okay, I felt a call to become a practitioner and to help other people who are sick. And so after, working with this medicine for over a year now and being a practitioner, there's been a lot of people at work that have been able to help, guys who were forced to take the vaccine and who have a lot of weird symptoms that came up for guys.
Yep.
And after giving them one treatment of Kambo, it reversed their entire system.
Well, so I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
1 billion. How often are these sessions like?
Depends.
Exactly. Does it depend
on the
on
person.
your current symptoms or the person or both or?
Yeah, everyone's different,
right?
And it can approach so many different modalities. I mean, it's able to help and treat Lyme's disease, which it's been really hard to treat for just in the regular Western medical system. Someone who has PCOS or endometriosis or infertility, it's able to reverse that stuff. I mean, the second time I did Kambo, I was in a room with 14 women. And I was the only male there. And the woman that was there that's serving the medicine, she wasn't able to bear children, and she was able to have 3 kids after doing Kambo.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Without a doubt.
So how do you spell that?
It's Kambo.
Kambo.
And the people from Peru call it Kambo.
Okay.
But we call it Kambo because we're American.
Right. We have to Americanize everything.
John
Yeah.
Wayne bastard, bro. Kambo.
I mean, and so it seems really bizarre, right?
Well, no, it doesn't. I think what we were talking about earlier is key, and it's the Western and us just just getting rid of ancient technology because we have science. Right. And because we have all these things that we can create, it's like, why go back to the earth? Why go back to nature? When we have these things that, I can put it, I can look at a microscope and I can look at it killing the bacteria, which is great, but there are things that we've been using for millions, thousands of years. Like these things have been around, and we've survived and we've evolved for a reason, and it's
for sure.
Exactly. And another real quick, something that is key is that as we evolve, so do the medicines, so do these trees, so does the earth that we get it from. Science doesn't evolve as quickly, or we don't understand how it's evolving because we're just, we just keep putting it into everybody's bodies. But the earth is evolving with us, so that can continue, to heal us, to aid us in the future. So that's why
I really love you, dude.
Yeah, man, I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
like,
it's funny. We always try to put a logical stamp on something,
right?
And there's sometimes there's some things that are not accessed through a linear perspective.
Exactly.
We are multidimensional beings. I mean, we have different ways to access knowledge through intuition and the understanding of things through the inner knowing. And through something like Kambo, you have a Karen that hears about this. She's like, oh my gosh, this is disgusting. But what she's doing is, okay, she'll take some SSRIs and she'll take some pain medications that the doctor's prescribing.
Right.
And that's okay.
Right.
Because there's been a lack of recognition of things that are from the planet that are organic.
Yep.
And Kambo really changed my life. I mean, going through the training, it even brought me to this beautiful place of understanding my abandonment with my mother. And the ways of purging aren't just through vomiting. You'll have a deep sweat, and you'll have an emotional outburst. And for myself, the way I was worked through my abandonment with my mother, this woman was talking me through a situation when I was in the medicine, and after a while, she gave me this medicine. She blew it up my nose. It's called Hape. And after she blew this medicine in my nose, I was crying for about 45 minutes.
Wow.
But not like crying like a weeping cry, but like an outburst cry, like someone had murdered my tribe. And I was just screaming at the top of my lungs, and that was my release. And I was in the fetal position, just like weeping, but that release really showed me the acceptance for what I had to face. And these medicines, well, in particular Kambo, it'll take you to that place of a deep understanding and acceptance of the self. And that's just one portion of this puzzle that came about my path. And after that, I ended up doing some ayahuasca.
There you go.
And
yes.
I can't wait for this.
so
Yes.
ayahuasca is it's coming forth. So these medicines, they're being transpired and brought to the surface, coming out of the jungle, in order to serve humanity in a different way. And there's a reason for that. And these practices has been done for thousands of years by these tribes who are connected to this earth, and they really honor this medicine. They really honor this planet. And for some reason, we've lost sight of that. And we've lost sight of our connection to each other, and we lost connection to like our families, to where we're in a state of disarray and disjointedness. And so what ayahuasca did for me, I didn't really understand what ayahuasca was. I kind of heard about it before. And the gentleman who ended up serving me that medicine, he was the one who served me Kambo as well. And it started to rewire my nervous system as well and heal my head. And on top of that, I was able to do some deep work by acknowledging some of my past and seeing some of my behavior that didn't reflect who I truly was. And I was able to see my soul. And through seeing my soul, I was able to work through some stuff and some deep things I swept under the rug in my subconscious that came to the surface, and acknowledge what they meant to me. And what's important to understand too is like that these are not psychedelics. They're actually entheogens. And what entheogens mean is that these medicines actually have a consciousness to them. And they allow you to take a step into higher realms of consciousness of yourself. You're able to see yourself and work through things from a higher dimensional perspective.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. He said consciousness, and I love this conversation. What do you mean by they have a consciousness inside of them?
So in